We're moving straight to our consumer technology segment, and today we are going to speak a little bit about the coronavirus. We know over a little over a month the virus has been spreading, and it's had an effect on so many things, the economy, health, just mentioning it. So today we are going to focus on the effect that coronavirus is having on our technology segment. And I have with me, during the discussion, the host of social media trends on the Citi Breakfast Show, Sandister Tei. Thanks so much. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Great.
I'm not coughing. I don't have a fever and whatnot, so I guess I'm fine.
Yeah. And now, anytime someone coughs, you are.
Oh yes.
Are you asking yourself, or if he has a flu?
Yeah.
Did you just travel from Germany
is
or
suspect, as they say?
Suspect. Thankfully, all the tests we've done in Ghana have proven negative.
Yeah.
So and it's had effects on so many things, as I said, the economy, especially in China, and we are seeing a ripple effect elsewhere. Now, when we come to the technology, as we know, China is a power station when it comes to technology. So we quickly walk us through some of the impact that we are feeling or expected to have as a result of the virus.
Yeah, the virus. Yes. So, just like you said, China is integral in this discussion because you have a whole lot of companies having their offices in China, manufacturing in China because of labor, the price of or the cost of labor there. So yes, China is indeed central to this. Now, as we know, we have like over 9,000 cases around the world now, with over 3,000 deaths, and this is coming in from the WHO, that's the World Health Organization. So first, we'll look at of course, the impacts as far as consumer technology is concerned. So we are going to look at some of your favorite tech companies that, yes, you just can't go without their products, among others. And now they are facing setbacks because of the spread. So we'll look at affected technology events.
Okay.
In the tech space, conferences are very important. I mean, we have conferences that we have developers going, manufacturers going, all stakeholders will attend, and that determines or sets the pace for the kind of technology we are going to use or experience in the year to come. Yes, so we have such conferences being called off. An example is Google's Cloud Next conference. It was supposed to happen in San Francisco. That has been cancelled. And that conference would have seen discussions about Gmail, Google Drive, among other things that we use for our businesses.
But why did they cancel it? It's nowhere near China.
No. So it is in the States at the moment. I think as of yesterday, they had recorded
4 deaths.
Yes, 4 deaths. So, I mean, you may never know who boarded a plane or a train with you to come. And these conferences are global. So it might not be there, but you are receiving guests from other parts of the world. So yes, that conference is, for now, has been suspended. We also have Mobile World Congress. That was even suspended in February. And Mobile World Congress is like really big. It happens in Barcelona. Usually that's where we look at the mobile technology, the new stuff that we have. So that conference was also cancelled. And, companies like Sony, Amazon, LG Electronics were all looking forward to being there. But unfortunately, yes, we have had that cancelled. Now, Facebook has also cancelled its in-person F8. They usually have a meetup known as F8. It targets developers, those who develop for Facebook. Developers are very important. Of course, they need to meet, discuss way forward. For some of the problems we are having, nearly everything needs to be discussed. So F8 has also been cancelled. Now, the summit for Wikipedians, there's an annual summit that happens in Berlin. Of course, it also expects people from all over the world. That has also been cancelled. And, of course, they were looking at discussing what Wikipedia would look like and the communities around it come 2030. So a highly strategic meeting. That has also been cancelled because of that. But some of these companies are looking at virtual meetups. So that said, whatever it is we couldn't do in person, let's see if we can do it via, video conferencing applications or something like that. They are trying to find ways and means of virtually bringing people together to see if they can.
And how many people can be on that virtual setup?
Good question. You know, some of these conferences, for the ones that I've attended, usually we have, of course, there's a keynote address where everybody has to be in the room and stuff, but after a while, there are breakouts.
Yes.
Yes, we have breakouts where we meet in smaller groups and then we based on topics and themes. But for the huge ones, I'm imagining maybe whoever was supposed to do the presentation and doing the presentation but without a crowd, and you just streaming it live in your living room or in your bed or yes, whatever you want to do. So yeah, they will have to fall on some of these tools to get that done. Now, to the second impact, we have staff of technology companies working from home. That is also big. A lot of the companies shut down their offices, some of their corporate offices around the world. So Alibaba, Apple, Samsung, Microsoft, Tesla, Google, and even recently this week, Twitter has also announced, their CEO tweeted, Twitter's CEO tweeted that staff should work from home. And I think I have his tweets, Twitter one slide, saying that they just need to be careful. So yes, they want or expect that staff should work from home.
It's not available yet, so we'll just go through as and when it's available. We'll slide them. Sure. Now, I wanted to find out, so what is the impact, basically, what those who have to work from home, do they have the gadgets that they require? Do they have the, is there at their disposal?
Elsewhere, in my experience, working remotely is easy. You know, of course, we are talking about having admin stuff to do. Even here in this building, for those who don't have to be on TV, for the rest of us, that's okay. I'm also on TV. So yes, I was about saying those of us in the admin side of things, we trade emails a lot. It's about passing word on and getting stuff done. So for some of them in that space, they will find it easy. But if it requires physical presence, that's when it becomes a problem. So it's a case by case, you have a case by case look at that. Yes. So some of them will get away with it. Others too, they just can't, because they have to physically be in a space to get work
So in
done.
China, there's a total shutdown of these companies?
Not a total shutdown. Not a total shutdown. Like I said, if you are working from home, of course, work is getting done. But I think we will come to the part where it's, in some cases, it's a total shutdown, which is the next point. Device manufacturing, factory closures. So we are talking about the disruption of, supply chain. And Tesla, for example, has announced that it has postponed its Model 3 of its self-driving cars deliveries, till later because of these Chinese brands also who are seeing production delays because factories are partially closing or closing totally. We have Xiaomi, we have Lenovo, Huawei. Now, Huawei relies on components from Hubei. It has some components it has to source from Hubei. So you can imagine how, it's been like for them. Now, Apple said, and I will read this, I will quote them. They said that, Apple, for those of you who check your packaging, you realize that they say, of course, they design it in California, but the production and the parts, we're talking about China. So Apple is really buckling under the weight of this spread. Now, it says that worldwide iPhone supply will be temporarily constrained.
Wow.
Yes. And because, of course, manufacturing sites in China are, quote, experiencing a slower return to normal conditions than anticipated. Okay, so, a lot of these companies go to China for the manufacturing. So you can imagine. Yes, you can imagine. Now, the next is Apple, Facebook, and Co. stocks plunging, like on the stocks market. Yes, they are also having an issue with that. Now, analysts are saying that, total shares in the tech industry, falling, over 9.3%. These things, every day there's an update. But the last announcement they had, that was the figure that they put out. Now, we're talking about top 5 U.S. companies who globally, of course, we rely on them for they are the top 5 as far as tech is concerned. There is Alibaba, but a lot of times, this whole partiality when every time news is bending towards these top 5 folk. So we have Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, which is the parent organization of Google, Amazon, and Facebook. Of course, they make up 18% of the total market. And Apple is the world's most valuable tech company. Now, they are saying that they are reducing their revenue targets. Yes. So, I mean, we are not seeing it, but those who are feeling it are feeling it. Well, I mean, in Accra, you walk, through the streets, you don't see Apple struggling in there or something like that. It's that reality hasn't hit us yet, but for them, yes, it's happening.
Apple too releases phones almost every year. Is that going to affect? It's likely to affect the release of the latest.
I won't be surprised because we are still very early in 2020, and from now, usually you will hear that, this device has been released and so on and so forth. But for them, they've not issued an official statement yet. Or even if they are doing something like this year anyway. But
I think they were supposed to something in March. I'm not too sure.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I know of. The ones that I've given, I think so far I've mentioned Facebook. And actually, you're right. Because some of these conferences, like I said, is where people release their gadgets. But for Apple, like I said, I've not heard anything because usually they have their own separate event to announce their new products or new software.
So we have the tweet ready, the one you mentioned earlier. So we can have a look at the tweet that you made mention of. And he said that we just held our first fully virtual Twitter global all hands using at Google Meet and at Slack HQ. We had folks all around the world working from home. And some in our offices worked flawlessly and enabled some things that were impossible before. Thanks, Google and Slack.
So what Jack is saying here is that, after he announced that people can work from home, of course, Google was also tweeting that they are making some of their products available for people who just want to work virtually. Now, Jack then responded that they've actually held their first global, meeting via Google Meet. Google Meet is like, if you've heard about Hangouts, Google Hangouts, yes. Google Meet is like Hangouts, but it's usually for people using a product known as G Suite, and G Suite is for corporate, or let's say companies who are using Google products, enterprise versions of Google products. And then Slack is like WhatsApp on steroids. That's what I call it. WhatsApp on steroids. It's like WhatsApp, but it has a lot more features that allows organizations to use it to have staff work remotely.
We were introduced to it last year here.
Yes. Slack is awesome. So they are making use of Slack and Meet there. Now, the fifth issue with consumer tech and COVID-19 is misinformation through digital media. Okay, so it's not just that the companies are being hit. We also have an issue where people are, through digital media, people are passing false information. I think the first one of the earliest ones was that coronavirus is man-made. It was a biological weapon and stuff. It leaked from a lab and whatnot. And there's a plot to exterminate people, wipe us off the surface of the earth and stuff like that. So
there are people who believe that.
But fact checkers are saying that for now, that is a myth. And these are reputable fact-checking websites, you know. And they did a follow-up on the websites that were publishing these, and they don't seem credible. I mean, if you come to Ghana, for example, if citynewsroom.com says something, you receive it a certain way. And if some website you've never seen in your life also says something, so based on that, you're saying these, for now, yes, we can't believe in that. We also have this story where this story broke that China had permission to kill people from a Supreme Court. They said we should disregard that as well. That's also fake. Now, there's also this myth, and I think this one is coming in from WHO, warning us that people think thermal scanners can just detect people who have coronavirus. And they're saying that actually, if the person has it and has a fever,
it records the temperature and all that.
It's not that if the person is walking there not showing any symptoms, you point it and then this person has corona. Yes. It doesn't work like that. It's also saying that there's this whole thing where everybody is rushing for face masks and everything. Yeah, they are telling us we should slow down a bit on this face mask thing, because if you have it already and you are using it, then you are protecting others around you, because if you cough and whatnot, it's not ensuring that droplets fall on others and stuff like that. But for those who don't have it, And still, they are not too sure that that is ultimate protection for you. So you just can't rely on that.
Okay.
Yes. Now, we have a website, www.who.int, and it has a tab called Emergency tab. I mean, if you go on this site, everything you need to know from WHO about coronavirus, from protection to myths to, yes, the Emergency tab. Everything you need to know. Everything you need to know, you will find it there. So there's no need believing, yes, that would be to my right hand, the map there, there's a, yes. So everything you need to know is there. Now, lastly, we have interventions. Okay, so when we talk interventions, we are talking about what technology is doing to help, you know, us in these times. Okay, this is like a very short list because we really need to go, but I mean, tech is in the hospitals. It's doing so much more, but these are some of the things that have been in the news lately. So we have Japanese electronics company, Sharp. Sharp, you know, saying that they are now going to produce surgical masks. They are going to use their TV factory to now produce masks. Wow. Yes, because it has gotten to that. Now, its parent company, Foxconn, is also saying that it's also going to produce its own masks for staff who are producing iPhones. Because, yes, the masks, they really need them. So they are now producing it themselves because there's a shortage on the market. We also have disinfecting robots, smart helmets, thermal camera equipped with drones, you know, being deployed in China right now to just help fight this. So we have robots.
In China?
In China. The robots, for example, are supposed to... so we want to limit contact as much as possible.
Okay, so this is an example.
Yes.
So it will disinfect the whole place.
Yes, and this one, a lot of them have thermal imaging mounted on them so that it's not a person who is checking you for your temperature and whatnot. Yes, this will be doing the job, getting the job done. We also have drones. Drones with thermal imaging equipment fitted on them that can detect whose temperature is out untoward in a crowd. So they are using some of these things to just get that job done. Of course, China also launched an app which we know China is very heavy on surveillance. So with your telephone number, the government already knows if you have contracted the disease in the hospital, you've been diagnosed in the hospital already. So someone who has the app is also able to tell that actually within 100 meters of somebody who has the disease or something like that. Because this is a country that if you owe, through facial recognition, they can even tell that you owe and they will not allow you on public transport. I think that controversy came up some time back. I read that story on Tech and Social Media Trends on CBS. So they know so much about the population that they keep a registry of who has already been checked into the hospital for this disease, among other things, or if you've been in an area that is considered high risk. So we have that. Of course, Jack Ma has also announced that his charity Jack Ma Foundation is donating $2.15 million towards development of a vaccine. Amazon is also saying that because we are all rushing to buy sanitizer and yes, please. The vendors on Amazon right now are just ripping people off. Prices have increased. So they are looking to check those things and also checking fake products because some people are selling products on there and they are saying that, this thing can cure coronavirus.
To ensure that people, it's like a surge.
A surge.
So you are actually streamlining the number of people who can get it. Many people rushing.
Well, for them, I think the focus more also is on the fake products. Because we're talking about disinfectant wipes and whatnot, claiming that they can, remove. They are a digital tech company that focuses on e-commerce, but they don't want people getting ripped off on their platform or their platform being used to create any false impressions of what is happening.
Great. So finally, before I let you go, so if I had or have a product and I can only get the parts in China, it means I have to throw it somewhere and get...
You have to wait. Or get in touch with your manufacturer if maybe they... the lockdown for some of the provinces is not as serious as... where the virus started. So just get in touch with your manufacturer. But, I mean, if iPhone is saying, or Apple is saying that iPhones will see a reduction, well, let's wait. If it continues like this till the end of the year, we will feel the shocks. That I know for sure. But for now, it's like the situation is being managed. So we'll see where it goes.
All right. Thank you so much. That was the Consumer Tech segment, and we were joined by Sandister Tei, who is the host of Social Media Trends on the Citi Breakfast Show. So now you know what to do with regards to your gadgets. You just want to keep them a little more personal now so you do not lose them.
We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.